What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. With that being said, man, I want to speak about a statement Alex Caruso made yesterday after they won the championship. Right, the OKC Thunder won the championship last night, and you know, and he made a statement that I want to get into. But before I get into Alex Caruso's statement, I want to say, man, I thought that I had picked OKC to win this, right? And I knew it was going to go 7. I didn't think it was going to be like some people were saying it was going to be like a 5-game series, or something like that. But I kind of thought because these two teams really mirrored each other, um, as far as like what they like to do, both teams are very good defensively. Then you have both teams have like point guards, really good point guards at their leadership position. So I thought that this game would go 7, and so yeah, I'm not surprised that it went 7. And I also picked OKC, so that's that. But after the game and Caruso at the like the what did they call it, the speech or the press conference after the game, Caruso made a statement that I thought, well, and a lot of people picked up on it, right? He said, this one is the real one, right? I'm gonna look it up while I talk. But he said that now they can't say anything, something to that effect, because this is the real one. And so I thought that was very telling because even Alex Caruso didn't think that championship that he won the first time, with the Lakers in that bubble, he didn't think that it was a legit championship. He knew, he kind of felt like, some people had like some doubt about that championship, right? And so this one right here, all right, so here we go. Now I got a real one. Now nobody can say anything, right? And this is from a guy who was on that team. He was on a team, and that probably was something that he never really bragged about, and now he feels like kind of relieved, like he got that monkey off his back, right, so to speak. Like a lot of times when NBA players are chasing rings and they want to win a championship, and so he really feel like now that it's legit, that monkey is off his back. And so a lot of people have been saying, even before Alex Caruso won this championship, about LeBron James, that they didn't take that championship, that bubble championship, serious. You know, LeBron James said that that was his toughest championship, because of the circumstances and the situation surrounding that championship. And really, people that most people not buying into that nonsense what LeBron James is talking about. I think now LeBron James is to the point, like most of what he says now, people is just basically like disregarding it. LeBron James, I think in this last year has just lost so much credibility. It's crazy. And I think in a way he knows that he's lost a lot of credibility. I think that LeBron James is desperate at this point in time, and so that's why he's just throwing a whole lot of statements and out there, and throwing anything at the wall that he might think that might stick. Like recently he said, like the ring culture wasn't real. But then you have so many people coming forward and speaking against that. So everything LeBron James says is like it goes against the grain. It goes against like what people traditionally, what they have known historically about basketball. Like rings do matter, because rings separate somebody like Charles Barkley from a Michael Jordan, or somebody like Karl Malone from a Michael Jordan. Somebody like, you separate Karl Malone from like a Larry Bird or a Magic Johnson. Like those guys are not on the same level, with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. And nor would those guys, they would not even like you. None of those guys would even try to compare themselves to like a Larry Bird or Magic Johnson. But you have LeBron James out here who's doing, everything that he does, he just tries to like exaggerate the importance of it. He tried to change the meanings of things that don't work in his benefit, the narrative and everything. He just trying to change the narrative. And so when Caruso comes out and make this statement, it's just one more example of how delusional LeBron James is. Not only delusion, I don't even think it's delusion. I just, like I said earlier, I just think that he's desperate. He's trying to change the narrative because it's very important that LeBron James wins this GOAT debate, which I don't think he's going to win the GOAT debate. And I discussed this like on my podcast Saturday, probably Saturday and Sunday, the Saturday and Sunday past, right? And I said for Michael Jordan and LeBron James, this GOAT debate is more than just a water cooler type conversation. It's more than just a barbershop type conversation. This GOAT debate is worth literally for Michael Jordan and LeBron James, is worth billions of dollars because Nike don't need both of these guys as the GOAT. And people say, well, it's LeBron James has a different fan base than Michael Jordan. And it's basically it's not true. They're basketball people, basketball fans, sports lovers, and that's all lumped into one. So if you can sell you can sell Jordans to LeBron James fans, and you can sell LeBron James sneakers to Jordan fans, but you don't really need both. And that's what I think this is all about. Like legacy for them guys is being able to stay in the good graces of these sponsors, to stay in the good graces of Nike, and the NBA. And LeBron James, like towards the end of his career, he realized that what's really on the line, like it's a lot of money on the line for LeBron James, and he realized that he's trying to, which I think is over with, and I think not only do LeBron James know this, but I think people around the NBA know it. People who are like ex basketball players like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, like everybody knows what is at stake, but nobody's really coming public and saying that. That's like is it's not really an open secret, but it's something that like NBA ball players and people who are close to the game, they're not going to come out and say that. Like it's about this debate is about money, and it's about Michael Jordan protecting his legacy and not allowing LeBron James to push him out the door. And LeBron James made some mistakes in his career, and my opinion, that's where Michael Jordan is coming back, in the fall, really to put an end to all of this nonsense and cement himself as the GOAT. But yeah, the statement by Caruso, man, and how many more things really can work against LeBron James? That should be, especially for LeBron James fans, that should be like more evidence that like things are working against LeBron James. Like when every time somebody make a comment, even if they don't make the comment or a statement that about what Michael Jordan has done, it always their statements contradict what LeBron James is trying, the narrative that LeBron James is trying to push forward. And that's the thing. So it really, it's just on so many different levels, man. Like I said, when you talk about the ring culture, people contradict that. When you talk about like the LeBron James said it was tough to win that ring or that championship when they was in the bubble, that's being contradicted. Now LeBron James is an expert. He's speaking now on a triangle offense that the Lakers won, right? And then and then now you have evidence like Kobe coming out and explaining like what really was the triangle offense, and how difficult it was to defend a triangle offense. LeBron James, number one, never ran the triangle offense, and whatever offense LeBron James did run, it only got him like two and a half, 2.5 championships. So how can LeBron James, like, he just losing so much credibility in what he said? Like, people really don't. If you're listening to LeBron James and then some of that stuff that he's saying, he's he sounds hypocritical sometimes, in some of the statements that he make about chasing rings. You know, earlier, they have him on tape saying that we're going to win not one, not two, not three, but not four, not, and all of this stuff when he first got to Miami. Now all of a sudden, like he changed the narrative, like it's not about championships, you know. And I think his attempt to change the narrative, I think is futile. I think it's futile because how can you say basketball is not about championships? All right, all right, let me put it like this. LeBron James will have more leverage in his statements that it's not about championships if the ratings weren't down. If people, like ratings are down, like, I don't know, people say like close to 50%. Merchandise is not selling the way it did, like, sponsors are not making money the way they were, like when Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and all those guys. So everything is down. The ratings, attendance, and all this stuff is down. And then you're going to turn around and tell these people. So not only you're going to tell them that rings don't matter. Nobody wants to be the face of the league. All of this stuff that you're telling the people is really making you look bad. When you tell people that rings don't matter and then ratings go down, that's like me telling somebody that heat don't matter in their house. Oh, heat don't matter. But when they get cold, when that heat get turned off and they get cold, then people know, people feel the effects of what you are saying. That's what makes it so bad. Like, people really feel the effects of what LeBron James, if it was just the fans, that's, he might be able to get away with it. But you're talking about people losing millions and billions of dollars because you said basketball is only a game. Ratings don't matter. Ring culture or it's weird energy and all this other stuff. Yeah, you really digging yourself. The more you really just digging yourself a hole, really. Just really digging yourself a hole. But I just thought that this Caruso statement was just another major contradiction when it comes to LeBron James, man. And he just grasping at straws. And so I just think it's about money. He understands it's about money. A lot of those business deals are going to go away once he retire. He don't have any leverage. What is it? That his friend has that Clutch Sports Management. All of that, people just think, you need to have leverage and relationships when you do business like that. They think, oh, this guy, what's his name? Rich Paul is he might be an excellent businessman. But if you don't have relationships and you don't have leverage, it's just like any other business, just like on YouTube. Like once YouTube demonetize your channel and you don't have that leverage and that monetization to help you to reinvest in your channel, then that makes a big difference on how you run your channel. And it's the same thing with Clutch Sports Management. They already know, like, while LeBron James is in the league, yeah, he can go after any of those kids. Rich Paul can go after any of those kids and manage those kids. But once LeBron James is out the league, then it'll be somebody else, whoever's the next hot, it'll be somebody else who's the next hot manager. So that's my take on it. Like I said, just another contradiction from LeBron James. Thanks to Alex Caruso. And make sure to like and subscribe Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I will check you all out in the next video.